Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, everybody. I'm Meryl Rose from News Channel 5's Talk of the Town, and today the Nashville Children's Choir is the Talk of the Town. Welcome, everyone. Some of you are family members of a current chorister, teachers of a chorister, friends of a chorister or of the directors. Some are NCC alumni and administrators, faculty, and staff from Belmont University School of Music, which is the home of the Nashville Children's Choir program. Others are honored guests who have worked with us or supported the choir program during these 30 years. Others are generous donors who financially supported this 30th anniversary event. And if none of those fit you, then you're one of those wonderful folks who just loves music and loves young voices. We're so glad you're here. Whoever you are in the right place this afternoon. And I have to say, I feel like I'm in the right place this afternoon as well, because like so many of you, Nashville Children's Choir has had a profound impact on my family as well. My daughter Lauren sang with Nashville Children's Choir 20 years ago. Today, she is a choral director. Her music and love of music was really inspired by singing with her church choir, her school choir, and especially with Nashville Children's Choir. So that just gives you an example of the ripple effect that NCC has had in our community over the years, and we're so glad to be a part of this celebration today. This concert is a culmination of 4 months of music preparation by 200 young singers. The Nashville Children's Choir program is 30 years old, and we're celebrating that birthday today. We're also here to honor and celebrate a very special person who has been the program director of Nashville Children's Choir for the past 29 years, Dr. Madeline Bridges. We'll be celebrating Dr. Bridges, and I look forward to sharing more with you this afternoon. But the reason that we're here is to fill our hearts with music. So let's let the celebration begin. Please join me in welcoming Nashville Metropolitan Council member Berkeley Allen, who has a special proclamation for us today.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to represent the Metropolitan Council in reading this resolution, a resolution recognizing the 30th anniversary of the Nashville Children's Choir. Whereas Nashville Children's Choir is a regional music program in residence at Belmont University that includes 3 sequent choirs for choristers in grades 3 through 8, the preparatory choir, the concert choir, and the touring choir, plus the Nashville Youth Choir for choristers in grades 9 through 12, and whereas the touring choir serves a dual role as a quality choral organization as an ambassador of goodwill, having performed with the Nashville Ballet, the Nashville Opera, the Nashville Symphony, and local recording artists including Joe Diffie, Reba McEntire, Michael W. Smith, and Jennifer Nettles. And whereas destinations for the touring choir have included New York, San Francisco, Chicago, Toronto, Atlanta, and Boston. The touring choir has made several national television appearances, including CMA Christmas and the acclaimed Christmas at Belmont. And whereas the Nashville Children's Choir has enjoyed prestigious invitations to perform at the Piccolo Spoleto Festival in Charleston, the New Orleans Jazz Festival, and National Conference of Music Educators. And whereas on Saturday, May 11th, 2019, the Nashville Children's Choir will celebrate 30 years in an anniversary performance in Nashville Baptist Church featuring alumni who will join and sing with the choirs, which we just did. And whereas on Saturday, May 11th, 2019, we will celebrate this. The 30th anniversary will conclude with this choir participating in the Costa Rica International Choral Festival for Peace in June. And whereas Dr. Madeline Bridges is retiring after conducting the Nashville Children's Choir for 29 years, inspiring young voices and leading hundreds of choristers since 1990. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, the Council hereby goes on record as recognizing the 30th anniversary of the Nashville Children's Choir, and thanks the Nashville Children's Choir for its 30 years of service to young singers in Nashville and the Middle Tennessee community. For its musical excellence, this 30th anniversary musical performance. And we further recognize and honor Dr. Madeline Bridges for nearly 3 decades of devoted leadership, enriching the lives of children through quality choral music and her musical excellence as co-conductor of the touring choir and program director of the Nashville Children's Choir program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ready to sing for you now is the NCC Touring Choir, the most musically active of the NCC choirs, singing for events ranging from concerts like this to the Sounds Ball Games to collaborations with Nashville Ballet and the Country Music Association. Please make them welcome.
Celebrate, my pa, I love Granny and Grandpa too. I've been fishing with my uncle, I wrestled with my cousins, and even kissed Aunt Lou. But if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it ought to be said that I trade them all pussy cow down the road for Grandpa's feather bed. I trade them all pussy cow down the road.
Now maybe I better think twice about that cow down the road.
7 feet high, 6 feet wide, some goes down his shin. He was made for the feathers of war, he led the geese in the hole, was a lot for the tin.
Well, that was incredible. The touring choir, as you've read, is conducted by Madeline Bridges, Josh Wright, and James Wells. Josh and James joined the touring choir leadership in 2007 and 2009, respectively. And Dr. Bridges, as you've heard, has been co-conductor of the touring choir for 29 years. The touring choir looks forward to singing all the selections you've heard when they make their 30th anniversary tour to Costa Rica next month to sing at the Costa Rica Choral Festival for Peace. The Americana medley that you heard, which concluded their set, features songs from 4 important musical traditions: Cajun, country, jazz, and gospel. The choir coming to the risers right now is the NCC Concert Choir, which was inaugurated in 1993 and has been directed by Roberta Rogers since 2002. They are delighted to welcome Nashville musician Mark Barnett as the featured soloist on the song Banjo Sam. As they're coming up, let's let these singers know how much we appreciate what they're about to do. Thank you, Concert Choir. We are looking forward now to hearing NCC's youngest choir, the Preparatory Choir. Roberta Rogers directed Prep Choir from its inception in 1993 until 2002, at which time Elaine Bailey Freed became its director. By the way, a note for parents. At the conclusion of the concert choir and prep choir choristers will wait down front for a parent to come and pick them up. Touring choir choristers will exit to the chapel at the opposite end of the foyer, where they will rendezvous with a parent. This afternoon, the prep choir will be singing a song cycle. It's a set of songs with a unifying theme. The title of their song cycle is Menagerie of Songs, and if you look at the titles of the individual songs, you'll see how they're all related. We ask that you please hold your applause until the entire song cycle is completed. The preparatory choir singers learn the fundamentals of music, of singing, and of choir discipline. They are a very impressive group. Please welcome them. I would say the future of Nashville Children's Choir is secure. Thank you very much, Prep Choir. That was terrific. Robert King has been the director of the Nashville Youth Choir since 2003. By the way, audience, have you noticed that the leadership of NCC choirs has been very stable over the years? This longevity speaks volumes about the dedication of the leadership, the joy that these leaders receive from their work with young musicians, and the quality and the commitment of the NCC program to maturing young singers. These dedicated high school singers make beautiful and disciplined music every week as the oldest choir, actually not the oldest, but the choir with the oldest members in the NCC program. Many of them previously sang in younger NCC choirs. Their concluding song, called Remember Me, was written by and will be accompanied today by former assistant director and accompanist of the Nashville Youth Choir, Tyler Meredith. And now, the Nashville Youth Choir. As the youth choir choristers return to the loft, audience, this is your chance to shine. You're invited to join in on this next song called Unity. Listen as the singers show you how it's done, and be ready to watch the conductor, because after you've heard the verse and then the refrain a couple of times, we'll all be invited to sing along. So everyone turn to the back of your program, if you would, please. And you probably need to stretch, so why don't we all stand up and be ready to sing. In our program, you see lots of pictures and brief bios of the touring choir singers who are completing the 8th grade and thus graduating from touring choir. Will these touring choir 8th graders please stand and please hold your applause for just a moment. Their conductors reminded me that choosing to remain in touring choir during the very busy 8th grade year speaks to these singers' commitment, musicianship, leadership skills, and time management skills. You can tell that from reading their bios. Each of them has been awarded a plaque of NCC participation, which moms and dads help them remember to pick it up in the gathering space in the church foyer after the concert. Please join me in applauding the NCC Touring Choir graduating 8th graders. And now I'd like to ask Lexi Hearn and Mary Elizabeth Kane to stand. And again, please hold your applause for a moment. These two young women applied for, were accepted, and have served with great distinction in the leadership position of touring choir graduate assistant during their 9th grade year. Please express your appreciation to them. Graduating from high school is a momentous occasion, and today we recognize 8 Nashville Youth Choir seniors. Seniors, please stand. Again, hold your applause if you would. These seniors are graduating not only from high school, but also from NYC. 6 of these 8 graduates were also involved in younger NCC choirs before they began singing in the youth choir. Together, let's congratulate these dedicated musicians. Over the years, it's become a tradition for the touring choir and the youth choir choristers to honor their graduating members by singing together, Homeward Bound. At this point, I'd like to turn the microphone over to current NCC Program Director, Madeline Bridges, who wants to make some special 30th anniversary recognitions.
So when you celebrate anniversaries, it's a good time to say thank you. And there are some very important people here we really do want to thank. And we're not going to do this with lots of applause. Some of you have been with me in other settings. We're going to do a musical thanks. When I say, and all the people said, you're going to say, bravo. okay? I know it should be brava or bravi or brave, depending on gender and the number, but we're just going to go with bravo, okay? And all the people said, bravo. Let's try it one more time. And all the people said, bravo. Okay. To Joe Fitzpatrick and the congregation of Nashville First Baptist Church for their hospitality, and all the people said, bravo. To the celebration, 30th anniversary celebration planning team and parent volunteers who helped today with tasks ranging from traffic to registration. I'm going to ask them to stand, and all of those who helped today in any way with the staff planning team, and especially Julie and Wesley Langford, and all the people said, bravo! Thank you. A special thanks to sponsors who helped underwrite this day. On the back of your program, you see the name of Cynthia Liu, you see the name of Lois Fife Music, you see the name of Peaches Simpkins, and you see the name of Will Cheek. I knew I could do this from memory. And they have been incredibly helpful. And all the people said, bravo! Now, time for a little history to recognize some people. As I call your name, would you please stand? Marilyn Chattinger, founding director of NCC and co-touring choir director for 18 years. Past directors, if they are here, David Guy, Brenda Jewell, Linda Singleton McAllister, Carol Poston, and Tyler Meredith, directors and accompanists. We are so grateful. And all the people said, bravo. Thank you so much. Now, you know that Nashville Children's Choir is an ensemble of Belmont University School of Music. We are a part of them. They are a part of us. Would these people please stand? Dr. Jerry Warren, who as Dean of the School of Music in 1998-1999, first approved the concept of NCC being in residence at Belmont. Dr. Cynthia Curtis, who continued this support throughout her 25 years as Dean, and current Dean, Dr. Stephen Eves, who likewise values the NCC program. And if she's here, Dr. Leslie Mann, who with my retirement is the newly appointed Belmont faculty liaison to the Nashville Children's Choir. And all the people said, bravo. Thank you so much. All right, here comes a big list. Here they come. They're going to stand one at a time. And we'll all just keep standing. Rob Hancock, trip escort for 25 years. Past administrative assistants Gina Miller, Jackie Wright Miller, Susan Ramsey, who came at 9 o'clock at night to tell stories during January Jubilee for 28 years. Jenny Dean, our mom trip accountant, bless her heart, truly. Martha Kirkland, in my script it says chief encourager, okay? Terry Taylor, director of the Children's Freedom Choir, with whom we did a wonderful kind of collaboration this year. And we have in the audience several music and choir teachers in churches and school of these choristers. Would you join them standing if you are a music teacher or a choir teacher in church or school who has taught? Look, all these people are standing as well. Joan Eakin, administrative coordinator of the College and Visual and Performing Arts, who gets us out of so many problems. Thank you, Joan, and guides us along. Any other Belmont faculty colleagues who may be in attendance, would you join in standing as well? And all the people said, bravo. Thank you so much. To Meryl Rose of Channel 5, who's done such a good job at making us feel welcome, and such a gracious person. And all the people said, bravo. And to Berkeley Allen, I don't know if she's still here, we appreciate her coming and reading the proclamation. And all the people said, bravo. Now, there are a lot of people in black down here near the front who haven't gotten their chance to sing yet. It's coming. So today has been an amazing experience of blending their 70 voices with these other 200 plus voices. We had a great time at lunch together. They reminisced. We figured out who had been here the longest, who drove the furthest, who had traveled on the most tours. We talked about our favorite songs and funny things that had directors, including Dr. Bridges' hair flying up at the end. Alumni, I thought you were going to say when I had on 2 pair of glasses at the same time, one on my head and one on my eyes. But the hair I was really kind of relieved about. We are so grateful that you have been with us today, whether you traveled 2 blocks or thousands of miles, whether you are 14 or yikes, 40 plus, and some of these are. So would all the alumni down front singing or anywhere in the room, the alumni stand? And all the people said, bravo. Thank you. You may sit back down. Yeah, we can clap. We'll clap for that. Absolutely. And to all the parents, if you're a parent of a current NCC, or let's say current or past NCC or NYC chorister, would you stand? We know that most singers in the NCC, look at them, yeah, clap, it's okay, it's all right. Thank you for making NCC a priority and music education in your busy lives. These young people would not have been a part if it had not been for you, and we are so grateful. And now to all the current NCC and NYC choristers, past and present, every week, we, your directors, all your directors, that's his prep choir and concert choir I'm talking to as well, we are inspired by your skill and your willingness to learn and your focus and your work ethic and your energy. You have to know that my grandchildren, when I sometimes bribe them to either be still or get in the car or eat whatever it is they don't want by saying, I'll let you watch the children singing because I have videos of you on my phone. And so they love this. So they call you all Nina's children. So they will say, can I hear Nina's children? To all of these choristers, you won't have to stand because you've been standing all day, and all the people said, bravo. Okay. So if you have carefully read, I'm sure, every word of the history, you know on the back of the history, toward the bottom of the page, there is a list of leadership for 2019-2020. And we're going to welcome them not with bravo, but with the word welcome in just a minute. Okay, so we are so proud of them. We are looking forward to hear them. And at this point, I want to welcome to the mic the 2 new program directors of the Nashville Children's Choir, Josh and Elaine, and all the people said not bravo, but welcome.
We are thrilled and honored to begin our new roles with NCC. But before we do, we would like to take a moment to thank our colleague, our mentor, and our friend, Dr. Madeline Bridges. Without her, NCC simply would not be what it is today.
So to begin, let me introduce Olivia Reed, NCC alum, who has some words of tribute for Dr. Bridges.
Dr. Bridges, I'm delighted and honored to share my thoughts as an alum of NCC. So I initially came in to audition for prep choir when I was 8. My dad knew Dr. Bridges because he's also a college music professor. So he was the one that brought me in, and we were the only 3 in the audition room. At the end of the audition, Dr. Bridges said that if I was only there because of pressure from my dad, I should hold up 1 finger in front of my chest where he couldn't see. He was sitting behind me. She said, hold up 2 fingers if you're not really sure, and 3 fingers if you want to sing really badly. And I went like that. I held up 3 fingers so fast that Dr. Bridges laughed. Dr. Bridges' work laid a foundation that, as we alumni grew into adulthood, allowed us to build rich lives where music will always be a part of our identities. For me, this identity involved the ability to pursue more advanced choral work in high school at St. Cecilia, Academy, and a mid-state and all-state choirs, then to continue voice lessons in college at NYU and Georgetown, and now on into adulthood. If it hadn't been for Dr. Bridges, I might not have discovered my voice, and I mean that in more ways than one. She was there when I was 8 years old, seeing my potential for the first time. She was there years later to direct me as an insecure 13-year-old. As many of us remember, she would sometimes put us on the spot to sing by ourselves in front of the whole choir. Those were unnerving moments for me that I didn't appreciate at the time, but moments like those built up in me a sense of resilience, discipline, patience, and so much courage. So Dr. Bridges, on behalf of all current choristers and alumni, thank you so much.
And now we would like to add just a few more thoughts on behalf of this gathered community who have joined to honor you, Madeline. Truthfully, it was a little daunting deciding what to say. We thought we might honor your tireless service by counting the endless hours and minutes spent in NCC rehearsals and choosing repertoire and planning for rehearsals and the many, many hours dedicated to administrative tasks which you attend carefully to every detail.
Or we thought we could talk about some of your many gifts, such as your resourcefulness and creativity, always a new idea or several for fixing a problem or improving a situation, your hospitality, kindness, and generosity of friendship towards so many of us, your care and near perfection in most everything you do. There's not much that I know of that you cannot do and do well.
But since you are a well-known cook, we chose to honor you by trying to divine your recipe for success as a choral director.
Ingredients. Amazingly, you work your magic primarily with just one main ingredient. 1, 2, or 3 portions of choristers. Any amount will do.
Add to that a rounded cup of parents willing and able to drive the choristers here and there.
A generous tablespoon of ears to hear your lovely voice modeling a tune or listening for directions.
Another tablespoon of eyes to see so much conveyed with graceful hands.
A final tablespoon of spirits eager to learn how to make a beautiful sound.
And many sprinkles of teamwork and cooperation. You can never add too much of this.
Instructions. Number 1, prepare each chorister with a warm greeting and careful listening.
Mix in lots of encouragement.
Fold in precise direction about the music, including phrasing, direction about style and mood, with careful conducting.
Scrape the sides of the pot and bring in choristers at the edges, working to energize with attention and kindness.
Bring to a rolling boil, singing until you feel like you could drop.
Then reduce the heat, stretch, roll your shoulders, shake out your arms, shake out your legs, wiggle here and wiggle there.
Simmer, stir to blend the voices, listen to balance the spices, maybe add a little more sound here or there to taste.
Right before serving, squeeze in some Academy Award faces to brighten the flavor if desired.
Remember that presentation is important, sometimes serious, sometimes heartbreaking, sometimes funny, sometimes in praise of what we hold most dear, always in accord with the character of the musical offering.
Make each guest being served feel welcome and important.
Adjust and improve the recipe as needed and pass it on to others. So, Miss Madeline, we would like to present you with a gift from Nashville Children's Choir as a very small thank you for all you've meant to us and this organization over the years. This is a stone for your garden engraved with the NCC logo on the left and the following words on the right.
Dr. Madeline Bridges, with profound appreciation for your care and excellence in leadership, 1990 to 2019. Let all the world in every corner sing.
I can't imagine anything that I would love anymore. What a joy it has been to be a part of the leadership of this program, and they've said it 95 times for 29 years. You got that, okay? I've worked with these accompanists and parents and choristers. I look around this room and I see colleagues and I see students, past and present, and teachers and administrators and friends and mentors and neighbors and family. And I can't imagine sharing a day with people I would have enjoyed it anymore. When I was 11 years old in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, I went to church at Bel Air Baptist Church, which had about 100 members. And they had an adult choir, it was the only choir, and a volunteer choir director taught us Love Transcending by John W. Peterson. Only those of my generation will know this. And I was bitten by the choral bug. I liked making music with other people. And when I was in college, I learned that I like helping other people sing and make music. Probably because, as a chorister once said, as an aside, she's a little bossy. Maybe all choral people need to be a little bossy. So I can't thank you enough for your gracious words. I loved the cooking analogies. How wonderful. And I thank all of you for being Nina's children, all of you past and children. Let's all keep spreading the gospel of how important singing is for health and for well-being and for peace. And we do want to let all the world continue to sing. Thank you so much, all of you.
A thrilling component of all NCC concerts is the time when all the choristers sing together. As NCC choirs and the alumni come to their places on the risers, everyone will sing a recap of the opening processional, Praise Ye the Lord. And to give you another stretch, this is a good time for you to stand and watch for the signal to join in and sing along.
God's holy name, hallelujah. Praise God's holy name, hallelujah.
Just a couple of quick announcements before our final two selections. Dr. Bridges will be in the foyer after the concert if you'd like to speak with her. And if you've written a note for her, I know many have, there will be places in the foyer that you can leave these notes. Also in the foyer, you'll have an opportunity to share a monetary gift to support the Nashville Children's Choir program, and we certainly hope you will do that. Your contributions will be greatly appreciated. I've been asked to announce that right before the final song on the program, The Lord Bless You and Keep You, any other NCC or NYC alums, parents, or musician friends in the audience who know this song are invited to come forward and sing with the NCC choristers, or you can certainly sing along in your seats if you like. And now a few final words from the incoming NCC program directors, Elaine Bailey-Freed and Josh Wright. We'll do that in just a minute.
to plan for our 30th anniversary concert and celebration of Dr. Bridges' retirement, we agreed that it would be appropriate to commission a piece in her honor using words significant to her.
Dr. Bridges' choice in words was not at all surprising. Let all the world in every corner sing. I remember when her husband, also known as the other Dr. Bridges, would say, "Sing 2 hymns and call me in the morning." This phrase may be lighthearted, but I believe that those of us who are gathered in this beautiful space today can agree that music has a mysterious and transformative effect on each of us. Music speaks when we don't know what to say and binds us together in wordless communion with the source of all being. I think we need more of that, don't you? Thank you, Miss Madeline, from the depths of all our hearts for bringing this priceless treasure to us and many of our children, and for encouraging us to honor the gift of music by giving our best. We are most grateful.
And now enjoy our combined choirs as we present the world premiere of Let All the World in Every Corner Sing.
Sing, my God and the King.
The composer of that song, Vicki Hancock Wright, is in the balcony up there. Wave again so folks can see you. That was beautiful. Well, this has been a glorious day of celebration. Congratulations, singers, parents, alumni, NCC leadership, past, present, and future, NCC parent staff, Dr. Bridges on your retirement, and thanks to all of you for your attentive involvement in this celebration today. And now, a musical benediction.